Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Glenda Chavez, and on my channel you will find all kinds of DIY content. Now, if you've been here before, you know that I flip furniture so that I can help fund all of my DIY projects and to help renovate my 1950s home. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you my Bathroom Vanity DIY build for my upcoming bathroom makeover. To start off, I measured and cut 4 legs at 31.5 inches using 2x2s. Now you'll notice I like to remove the smallest amount before beginning my initial cut to ensure it will be squared. Then I measured and cut my rails for my side panels at 13.5 inches that I will connect later to the legs. Keep in mind these measurements are specific to my vanity sink and space, and you can always alter them to fit yours. I will have all of the cuts and measurements down in the description below. Now it was time to measure the panel that will go in the middle to join it together. I'm using 3/4 inch plywood and stripping it down to a manageable size. I only used 1/4 of this sheet, but I bought the whole sheet as I will be using the rest for another DIY project I have planned. I created pocket holes on the sides to be able to join them to the legs. Before gluing and screwing everything together, I went ahead and lightly sanded everything so I wouldn't have to do it later. I placed 2 1x2s at the bottom as spacers so that my plywood would be flush with the back of the 2x4, and then secured both legs with glue and pocket hole screws. Now you'll notice these 1x2s have pocket holes, and it wasn't necessary. I was in the zone and accidentally created more pocket holes on all of the 1x2 pieces that I didn't need to. And the reason I didn't need them was because I added them on top of the plywood on either edge with wood glue and brad nails. I repeated this process, so I ended up with 2 side panels. I moved on to measuring and cutting my top and bottom rails using 1x2s, and the back, top, and bottom mounting rails using 1x3s, all measuring at 15 inches. You probably guessed by now, but I drilled some pocket holes and sanded them down before attaching them. When attaching the back rails, be sure to have the pocket holes facing the back or what will be against the wall. I accidentally attached one the wrong way and had to correct the mistake, as you can see here. On the opposite side panel, in this case the left side, I did the same thing but used 1x2s. The easiest way for me to join the side panels together without any extra hands or help, I lay one down and simply place the other right over top and drill the screws in. Now it was time to add a bottom. For some added support, I added 3 1x2s spread evenly apart and then simply measured and cut a piece of plywood to fit right inside. I didn't want to worry about wood filling any holes, so I attached the brad nails from the bottom. For the bottom shelf, I used 2x2s. I used a spare 2x2 marked at 2.5 inches to use as a spacer. I did put these while it was upside down so I would have the pocket holes facing down and unrevealed. Just like I attached the 1x2s for the bottom, I did the same thing for the shelf and I attached 3 1x2s evenly spaced out, using a longboard to help keep them flushed. I made my doors using 1x2s and 1/2 inch plywood for a faux shaker door. I attached all the pieces with, you guessed it, pocket holes, and in order to get the right measurements for the door, I took the width and the length of the opening. I then subtracted 1/8 to count for the 1/16 space on the top and bottom for the stiles, and for the width, I took my total width, which was 15, and divided it by 2 since I was building 2 doors. I then subtracted 1/8 to count for the center and side space, and then I also had to count for the 3-inch space of each stile. This resulted in 13 3/4 inches for my stiles and 4 3/8 inches for my rails. I used a couple of stir sticks to help keep the plywood flushed with the back. I wood filled all of my pocket holes and sanded them down. The stain I am using for this project is called Golden Oak by Vanity. As I waited for the stain to dry, I moved on to making the holes for my hinges and for the hardware on the doors. I stained the door, and once it was dry, I added the hardware. And just like that, we now have a vanity. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so you're notified every time that I upload a new video. I have a bathroom renovation coming and you're not going to want to miss it. So thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. Be kind, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.